the 7th spot in the second was big. You've talked about it. We talked about it from the Friday night game. That was 6 of the 7, I believe, with 2 outs in that inning.
Yeah, and then Friday night it was all 2 outs, and it's the ability to, can you slow the game down and make one pitch below the zone, and Connor had a hard time doing that. Outstanding in the bullpen. Coach Mack said everything was, they work on 2-strike pitches and everything was dirt and down, and then, just kind of grabbing a moment there where you can stop the floodgates, and that's tough sometimes. But you got to credit Tennessee; they found the holes.
Friday night, you were able to whittle away at the deficit. It was 7-1. It was 8-2, and you made it a game. Unfortunately, not able to do it today. Is there a big difference when you're just settling down into the game, the fans are just getting into their seat, and all of a sudden your opponent pops 7 on the board? How tough is it mentally to try to get back?
It's tough, and I thought we had some very good at-bats early. We squared up a lot of balls, and I told the guys, hey, if that game's 2-2, the way the baseball game works, some of those fall. Some of those we drove outfielders back several times. When it's 7-0, those things don't fall. That's just kind of the way how the game flows. But Tennessee is. They're going to be a good club when some of their young pitchers, their bullpen that they're going to rely on grows a little bit. They're going to, I don't know if they're going to throw up 7-run innings all the time, but one of the positives today is we got a lot of guys in the game for the first time on the mound. Some young guys.
You got a lot of guys, some action. Like last year, you win 1 of the 3 against Tennessee. Let's talk about the series overall. What did you take out of the series positive going into next weekend?
Well, I think you compare the 2 series, and obviously you want to take care of business at home. I feel better coming out of this series this year with some matchups and some things we can do in the bullpen than what I did last year. Last year we were relying on a lot of young guys, and defensively we played a pretty good game today. I think when things unfold, the emergence of what John Boland's going to give us in that piggyback role there. Hathcock wasn't himself. Two of the veterans weren't themselves this weekend, Connor and Colton, and they'll settle down and be fine. That's the last 2 guys I worry about. So good to get some guys their feet wet. I think offensively we are going to be a pretty good club this year.
Tell me about the performance of the new guys. We saw O'Keefe for the last couple of games, obviously Trella and Webb in center field this year. Newcomers for the Tigers fans.
Well, I think Weber's going to kind of get a hold of what, how sequencing is different at the Division I level and at the junior college level. He's got a lot of tools, a lot of talent. The ball comes off his bat. He just got it, and I think he'll get educated as we go. He's not getting 1-0 fastballs and 2-1 fastballs. They're plussing and minusing, and I think when he gets that information, very excited with the emergence of Alec Trella. He's learned a little bit he's going to be a valuable part in the middle of that order as a freshman for us. I'd like to see our lineup go when we get Gruzelanek and Elliott back in there.
Right.
And I think we'll be able to do a few more things. So overall, I mean, I still feel very good about where we can end up this year. And we just got to deny big innings. And it wasn't. Sometimes big innings are because of walks or errors. They just pounded hits, and they got offensive momentum because of some mislocated pitches.
And a final thing for you, I know you're excited about this year's offensive potential. You said it could be your best offensive team in years. Obviously, Schreitenthal and Carrier are keys, and they've gotten off to slow starts. Both of them, I think, had a knock each, and that was it.
That was it.
You get them going, you can roll.
And that was the key. They know they have to go, and I think maybe a little bit of pressure because they felt like, okay, we're seniors, we're 4-year starters, we got to be the guy right now. I think when they look and go, hey, we're going to get help from Turner, we're going to get help from Trello, we're going to get Gruzy back, to let those 2 guys relax a little bit. They played a little bit tight. A little tighter this weekend, and they both got pitched pretty tough too.
All right, Coach, always appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you, Rock.